All right, here's what happened. Judge Vonda stepped in demanding clear answers about custody and child support. She wasn't interested in excuses, just the facts. A grandmother, grieving her late daughter, wants to step into her place and take on responsibility for the child. Meanwhile, the father insists he has done everything required of him and acted properly. The tension was obvious as both sides stood firm. But Judge Vonda stayed focused, cutting through the back and forth and pushing for accountability. At the heart of it all is one question: what truly serves the child best?
Judge Vonda B. Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1011, Berkeley versus Alberts.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, you all may be seated. Okay, Miss or Mrs.? Miss Berkeley, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Your Honor, I'm here to get custody of my grandchild and also to make my or soon-to-be ex-son-in-law to pay the child support. My daughter was diagnosed with lymphoma, and Your Honor, it was a long and difficult process, as you can imagine, and he wasn't up for it, and he left. And so I went and helped my daughter and helped my granddaughter through this process. And they had been legally separated. He was paying child support, but when my daughter did pass away...
All right, guys, buckle up. Judge Vonda is now presiding, and this courtroom is about to explode with truth.
A.
Grandmother fights to step into her daughter's shoes, demanding custody of her granddaughter while trying to enforce back child support. The weight of loss hangs heavy. Her daughter passed after a brutal battle with lymphoma, and Judge Vonda wastes no time cutting through the emotions.
I checked into the account. I had access to her financial business, and I checked the account, and he was not putting the payment in there. So I am looking for the back payments that are due, and I am looking to get custody of my granddaughter.
Okay, so let me just make sure I'm clear. Your daughter is deceased now.
Yes, ma'am.
And my condolences.
Thank you.
You're pretty much trying to step into the shoes of your daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I understand.
I think it would be far more appropriate for me to be raising the daughter than for him.
Okay, why do you believe it would be more appropriate?
He has a lifestyle that I don't necessarily think is best for raising children.
Okay, well, I guess I'll get that from him. Mr. Alberts?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's going on?
Some of those details are correct.
Which ones are not correct?
The fact that I bailed on my wife, our marriage was over a long time before that diagnosis, and we mutually agreed that I would...
Judge Vonda listens carefully as the grandmother paints a vivid picture of abandonment. The father, she claims, bailed when times got tough, leaving a trail of broken promises. But Judge Vonda isn't buying excuses. She pushes hard, asking the tough questions about lifestyle, responsibility, and who's actually providing for the child. Tension fills the room as every word lands with heavy authority.
Pay child support, that I would support her financially, and I did until she died. And now there's no one to pay child support to, and I don't know why she's dragging me in here, trying to take my kids away from me. Talking about my lifestyle, saying I didn't love my wife.
What lifestyle is she talking about?
I don't know. Ask her, Your Honor. I really don't know.
What lifestyle?
Well, he spends a lot of times in bars.
Okay.
A lot of time in bars. He spends a lot of money on babysitting because he spends a lot of time in bars.
Okay. Going to the bar is legal.
True, but who's going to be there to help with homework? Who's going to be there to hear the sad story of how she was bullied in class that day? A babysitter? I don't think so.
So, are you always at the bar and leaving the baby with a babysitter?
No, Your Honor. Anytime
How would she know that?
Now, the father speaks up, defending his actions with calm certainty. Judge Vonda presses him relentlessly, dissecting every detail of his life, from late nights at bars to babysitter reliance. He insists he did everything right, financially, but Judge Vonda challenges assumptions, slicing through secondhand claims with surgical precision. The clash is raw, the stakes high. This is courtroom drama at its peak.
Maybe because I call every night to say goodnight to my granddaughter.
Okay.
And it's the babysitter that picks up the phone.
Okay, so you don't necessarily know whether he's there or not, right?
Well, why would there be a babysitter there if he's there?
Well, I don't know, but I'm just saying, you don't necessarily know if he's present or not. You just know that the babysitter picks up, right?
Yes. Okay, technically, yes.
Okay, well then technically you don't really know what he's doing unless you are actually at the bar with him. Or you have someone spying on him, which is completely wrong. But that really has nothing to do with why we're here today. His child support should have stopped because there is no one to pay the child support to. Your granddaughter lived with your daughter, right? At the time of her death? Right, so you can't step into the shoes of your daughter. The only other living parent is Dad.
Judge Vonda pivots, turning her scrutiny toward the grandmother. Can she truly know what her granddaughter experiences living with her father? Judge Vonda forces her to confront the reality. Hearsay and imagination cannot dictate custody. Every accusation is weighed, every claim dissected as the courtroom. Tension tightens like a vice. There's no room for emotion to cloud judgment here.
True, but Dad was not around for the last 2 years. I was.
Right, but the child now has been living with Dad since your daughter passed away, right?
Yes.
And when did your daughter pass away?
About a year ago.
Yeah, your rights are not superior over his in this particular case. There wouldn't be. There's no reason why he should be paying child support to you. You had access to the account that the money was going into because of your daughter. But now that she's deceased, there's no one to pay the child support to. So he should not be paying child support anymore. So he did the right thing. You just may not agree with it, but
I do not agree with it, Your Honor.
Why do you need the money?
I don't need the money. I need to make sure that my granddaughter is getting everything that she deserves.
But how would you know that if she lives with him? Now, if she lived with you, that would be valid. But if she lives with him, you can't necessarily speculate and say what he is or he isn't doing.
Well, I know what my granddaughter tells me.
Well, we're not going to go into that.
With unflinching authority, Judge Vonda delivers the hard truth. Child support stops when there's no one left to receive it, and financial obligations are clarified with laser focus. Medical coverage must continue, but beyond that, the father's rights as a parent remain intact. Judge Vonda's words hit like thunder. Justice is measured, precise, and unyielding.
Because children aren't very honest all the time. And how old is this child?
6.
Yeah, they have a very big imagination. So, I can't do anything about that. He should not be paying child support. And I'm assuming you cover the child on health insurance?
Yes, Your Honor.
The only thing I can order, pretty much is that he maintains that child support, the medical support on the child, but other than that, and that's through your employer?
Yes.
That's all that he can be ordered to do. I'm not going to make him pay child support for a child that belongs to him and that lives in his house.
Fine.
Okay. Is there anything further from you?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else from you?
What if the child wants to come live with me?
Well, she's 6 and you're not her parent. So she does not get to make that call. Now dad starts doing something, like if it's actually proven that he's been neglectful and going to bars or anything like that, and the child ends up living with you, then yeah, but you're not the parent. So unfortunately, I can't do anything about that. Okay, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
All right, guys, buckle up. Judge Vonda is in the courtroom and tension hits. Immediately, today a grandmother is fighting to step into the shoes of her late daughter, battling to gain custody of her granddaughter while demanding back child support from her ex-son-in-law. This case isn't just legal. It's personal, raw, and heartbreaking. And Judge Vonda wastes no time cutting through the chaos.
Judge Vonda B. Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1012, case of the Malkoviches.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Mr. Malkovich, am I saying it correct?
Yes.
Okay, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Where do I start?
At the beginning.
Okay. Well, cut to the election. The Great White Hope gets elected. I thought our household would be happy about it. I find out I'm married to a libtard, and she starts going off the handle, and eventually she's just partying and doing all this nonsense and gets on H, smack, like a loser, and goes off the rails, leaves me, we got 2 kids, 2 and 5-year-olds, and just leaves me to take care of these kids. So okay, I'm like, okay, fine.
Okay, so now we're getting into the important part of your story.
What do you mean? I'm giving you backstory. Isn't that what you're here? Don't you need context?
Yeah, but all of the name calling and
name calling. I'm just telling you. I'm giving you context. Okay. This idiot needs to go to.
Okay, you refer to her by her name.
The grandmother paints a grim picture. Her daughter fought a brutal battle with lymphoma, and during that time, the father walked away. She stepped in, holding the family together, watching over her granddaughter. Judge Vonda listens carefully, understanding the stakes as she questions if this fight is truly about money or protecting a child from a world that's already been cruel.
What is your name?
Martha.
You will refer to her as Martha.
Martha.
Okay? She will not be a libertarian, whatever you said, and an idiot.
I took her to rehab, which cost $20,000.
Okay.
That was all of our savings, all of our money. It's supposed to be the kids' college fund, but I figure the kids aren't going to go to college if they have a mom on heroin. Pretty bad example. So let's get it situated.
But she got the help, right?
Yeah, she got the help.
Okay, so
she
that's
joined
what's
the cult.
important.
She drank the Kool-Aid. She stayed longer than her stint. Met some guy named, what's his name? Paul. Met Paul. The globe-trotting Paul. What was Paul into, huh? Meth? Whatever. They're clean and sober together. She comes back, after spending an extra
Mr. Malkovich.
What?
Excuse me?
Yes, I mean...
Did you come here to waste my time? What is it that you want me to do?
Oh, okay. She's now got her life together. Her and Paul got a little apartment. I let her see the kids every now and then,
Then the father speaks. He argues he fulfilled his obligations while his wife was alive and insists he has no duty. Now, claiming the grandmother is overstepping, Judge Vonda leans in, relentless and focused, dissecting every excuse. She pushes on the key point. Who will actually care for this child? Day-to-day? Who will be there for homework, for heartbreak, for the small moments that shape a life?
Sure, I'd leave them unsupervised sometimes. Not to mention, then when I do that, she's on Instagram with these weird friends, they're rehab people, introducing them to our kids. But anyway, I want money. She works now. She works out. She didn't even work out when we were dating. Now she's gonna keep it tight for Paul.
So you're mad about that?
Yeah, who wouldn't be? I spent all my money in just to fund a heroin addiction, and now she comes back and she's all, Joe, you got her life together. And I'm like, well, okay, I'm a good guy about it. She can see the kids, take them to Brahms, all that kind of nonsense, but if she's going to participate in their lives, I need a little bit of cash.
Ma'am, I just want to see my babies.
I was just getting ready to cut him off and move to you. Martha, you just want to see your children?
Yes, please.
Okay, and do the children live with him? That's a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the way that it works is, if the children live with him, you are supposed to be paying him some sort of money for the kids. I mean, even though he's a little, out there, he still is entitled to receive child support for the support of the children.
I don't mind that.
The courtroom tension escalates as Judge Vonda hammers on the lifestyle. Accusations. The grandmother paints a vivid scene of missed nights, babysitters, and bar outings. The father defends himself, but Judge Vonda isn't swayed by half-truths or assumptions. She dismantles the emotional arguments with precision, keeping the focus on what matters, the well-being of the granddaughter.
I don't make very much, but I would really just...
She's a waitress at Denny's.
Excuse me.
I'm just telling you.
Excuse me. Did she cut you off while you were giving that elaborate story?
I mean, she hardly knows how to speak English. How's she going to cut me off?
No. Did she cut you off?
No.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Now, Martha, how much money do you make?
$26,000 with tips a year.
You're laughing at that, but you're in this courtroom asking for her to pay you child support.
It's either that or just leave me and the kids and let us live our lives and just stay out. They don't need an addict as a mother to be constantly.
Do you want me to help you get child support? Because if not, we can stop this today.
Yes.
And
sorry.
You can come back another day when you're.
Another day of work. Some of us make more than 26 grand a year.
You didn't take anything before you came in this courtroom today, did you?
Take anything? What do you mean?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. You seem a little jittery.
Well, I'm a little. My kids' lives are on the line. I'm a little nervous.
Well, they're not really on the line if she got it together.
Judge Vonda makes a hard-hitting point. Legally, the grandmother cannot step fully into her daughter's role. She cannot demand child support for a child who now lives with her father. Every attempt to control the situation is weighed against reality and law. Her words are sharp, uncompromising, and resonate with authority. You are not the parent here, and you cannot make this call.
And she says she wants to see the kids, and I think you should allow her to see the kids.
Okay, I do let her see the kids. She can get.
Yeah, but you do not have to demean her while doing so.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
I know that he's right. I did have a hard time about a year ago. But like I said, I'm at like he said, I am seeing somebody else who I think is very good for me.
Okay.
Mainly I would just I don't mind paying whatever child support, but if we could work unsupervised visits into the agreement, I would really appreciate that. I just don't want to see him anymore.
I think she should have some unsupervised access, considering that she's gotten her stuff together.
Well, how does that work? I mean, because who decides that? Like, can the first one be with another third party that comes?
I don't think that's necessary.
You're suggesting that I leave my children alone with her, right? Like, she can go to a park and there's some dude peddling H, and then all of a sudden she's passed out in the gutter and one of my kids is getting hit by a car. Like,
okay, I'm going to stop you right there.
Yeah.
And this is what we're going to do.
What are we going to do?
As the session closes, Judge Vonda delivers a final verdict with unflinching clarity. The father maintains custody. Child support ends, but medical support must continue. The grandmother's hopes are dashed, but the message is clear. This courtroom is not swayed by sentiment alone. Judge Vonda's presence dominates, enforcing order, fairness, and accountability, leaving the courtroom shaken, but undeniably focused on the child's best interest.
What you're going to do, first of all, is get your foot. What are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing? I'm listening to you. Go
you
on.
have a cigarette in your mouth. There is no smoking in this.
Why would you be smoking in there?
No, there is no smoking. Wait, bailiff, before he leaves, I need you to know this. We're going to reset your case because obviously you have a lot going on. So when you're ready to conduct yourself in a way that's appropriate for this courtroom, then you come back and ask me for some relief.
So you want me to come back and miss another day of work?
What I want you to do is be quiet, listen to what I said, and get out of my courtroom.
This is a kangaroo court.
Well, thank you.
This is absurd!
Thank you. This is what we're going to do, Martha. We are going to reset your case to a later date. Just make sure when you come back, you have your financial documents with you, okay? Okay, if there's nothing further, you're dismissed.
All right, everyone, buckle up.
Judge.
Vonda's court is officially in session, and the tension is already thick in the
air.
Miss Canada steps forward, demanding child support and back pay she hasn't received in 3 long years. Judge Vonda was Tess no time. This case is personal, raw, and she's here to cut through every excuse.
All rise. Judge Vonda B. Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1019, Canada case. Judge, both parties have been sworn.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Canada. All right. You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I'm seeking child support and back pay from this man.
Okay, just straightforward. That's what I like. Just get right into it. How old is the child?
The child is now 3 years old.
3 years old.
And I have not received any child support.
In 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Sir, is there a reason you haven't given her any child support in the past 3 years?
Yes, ma'am, there is.
What is that?
We've been discussing the paternity obligation.
The man on the stand squirms, mumbling about paternity doubts and circumstances that somehow absolve him of responsibility. Judge Vonda doesn't flinch. She presses sharp and unrelenting, exposing the tangled web of affairs and secrecy he's hiding behind. This isn't just about child support. It's about accountability. And she's holding nothing back.
Under the circumstances, I don't think I was the only person having a fling with Rocky at the time that she and I had that time together. And,
excuse me? Are you implying something?
Well, what I'm trying to say is that I understand that you may have been seeing some other people in addition to me. And the reason that I haven't provided...
Well, those are rumors.
I understand that. I understand that, but you haven't complied with my request for DNA test either, and that's my key. Is that if I have an obligation, I like to make sure it is my obligation and not the obligation of some other father.
Well, maybe you should have been obligated to your wife whenever you were having an affair with me.
You're right about that. And honest
so
truth is,
you are admitting that you're married?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
And I've told her. I've told her that we had this fling.
You didn't tell me you were married until after.
That's correct.
Rumors and denial collide as the father dodges every question, avoiding a DNA test like it's the truth itself. Judge Vonda slams down on the theatrics, demanding clarity. She's not interested in backstory.
Gossip.
This court is about justice for a 3-year-old who's been ignored for far too long. Every hesitation is noted. Every dodge challenged.
That's correct. I did not tell you.
I'm sorry, I won't disrupt you guys anymore. Go ahead.
Okay. So, from my perspective, Your Honor, I certainly understand the situation. I'm not trying to be hard-hearted, so to speak, about this, but I think that there's some other questions that need to be answered before we agree on paying any kind of support, because at this point, we haven't confirmed whose child this is.
Okay. Well, I definitely have some questions too, but I don't think they have anything to do with child support. It's more about you guys' backstory, but that has nothing to do with me. However, has this man taken a DNA test at all?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Did he sign anything at the hospital?
No, he wasn't
acknowledging that he was the father? Okay, so he does have a valid point. Before we can actually place him on child support, he either has to accept parentage, which
evidence or lack thereof becomes the battlefield. Did he sign anything at the hospital? Did he accept parentage?
Judge.
Vonda dissects every detail, calling out evasions and half-truths.
She's
relentless, making it clear. Before a dime of child support changes hands, the facts must be confirmed. DNA testing isn't optional. It's non-negotiable.
According to what I'm hearing, you're really not accepting it.
He's in denial about his affair and doesn't want his wife to find out.
My wife knows.
Oh, yeah, she knows now.
He's lying.
You told her?
Yeah.
I would have heard from her by now. I work with him, ma'am.
Oh. At the welding place?
I'm a receptionist there.
She's a receptionist there. I'm a manager.
That's how we met.
You're her direct manager. Oh, okay. Ooh. Wasn't expecting that much tea this morning. So, yeah, he's entitled to a DNA test.
Sure.
Okay, so before we can move forward with anything in terms of child support, looking at your financial documents you provided, he first needs to get a DNA test. So what I can do is you guys go and get the DNA test, then you can come back at a later date, possibly, if he's the father. If he's not the father, you are more than welcome to bring back as many people as necessary. I'm not implying by any means that what he's saying is true.
Right, he's
but
definitely
if he's not the father, you can bring back as many people as necessary to get DNA testing, and we actually find the father and place him on child support.
Well, I know who it is, so that's not necessary, but thank you.
Okay. Is there anything further?
Your Honor, can we get your assistance in having this thing compelled so that we can get this DNA testing done expeditiously?
Oh yeah, most definitely, and it will be done through the Attorney General's office.
Okay.
Because they are actually on site in the courtroom, and it will be in the courthouse rather, and it will be much easier and free to you all to go ahead and use their resource. Okay? If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
Rocky?
You're welcome.
If I have obligations here, I'll stand behind them.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
With a final commanding word, Judge, Vonda dismisses the parties, but leaves. Her presence searing in the room.
she
ensures that if obligations exist, they will be met. Miss Canada walks away, knowing the court has her back, and the father has no escape from the truth. Judge Vonda's verdict is simple, unyielding, and utterly powerful.